Oh snap! Let me turn this off. I have way too much bright going on right now for the good people. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring this down. Here we go. Here we go. Even though it looks like I'm being shot through a potato, like my brother likes to say, we are here. What is good? What is good? This is your boy Seven, and this is a segment of the Black Man Show. Can you see it? Yeah. Little something different on Friday. See, we got a little something different. This ain't at the stores yet, but I don't know, y'all. This is something different. This is special for my family, so y'all can't get these, but you know, God bless you to everybody who's interested. But that being said, what is good? What is good? This is Friday here on Veterans Day. I hope everybody's having a safe and good Veterans Day. To all our veterans, I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much for your sacrifice and I support you all. I got family who was in the military. I never was in the military myself, but I've got family. My brothers were in the military. My uncle, grandfather, all that good stuff. So all the way, I can go all the way back to at least World War One with relatives in the military that I know of. Absolutely. So anyway, but all that said, thank you very much for your sacrifice. Thank you very much for your continued fight, diligence, and all that stuff for the freedoms that people like me probably take for granted much more than we actually even think about. So I thank you very much for all that you have done for us. That being said, welcome everybody to this episode, this weird and different episode of the Black Man Show, where we are taking a look at things from a different perspective. This segment is called Ask a Black Man. So the premise basically behind this is where somebody decides to reach out to your boy, sends me an inbox, send me something and says, "Hey, Seven, what do you think about this? What are your thoughts on this thing?" Or give me some input or whatever. I get an inbox every now and then. People obviously have friends. But I get an inbox or an email or something from somebody saying some stuff like, "Hey, what are your thoughts on a certain thing, certain topic?" So I figured this would be a great time to kind of give my thoughts on certain things and certain topics, right? Can't be getting no phone calls during the dig. Speaking of the devil, it's my brother calling me right now. Hold on, let me see. I'm actually gonna answer this call. Shoot, ain't nobody on here. What's good, Twist?
What's up, bro? You busy?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of doing a live show right now. What's up?
Okay. What's Sharon's son's name?
Which? Oh, she's got a few sons. There's Romello. There's Cedric.
Cedric. Okay, that's who it is.
Yeah.
I'm at X Golf and I just happened to run into him.
Okay. Yeah. Tell my.
What's his name? All right, bro.
That's our cousin. Say what's up, cuz. Tell him I said what's up too.
I knew him. I mean, we recognize him
Right.
and everything, but I'm just like, what's his damn name?
Yeah, I got you.
I'm swinging clubs, man.
It's all good. Have fun, man. Happy Veterans Day and all that stuff.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Too.
All right, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of devil. So that's wild. But anyway, like I said, so this is a segment that we're doing to kind of look at, some things that people have sent me. So without further ado and getting all into the humming that I usually get into, I'll just go straight into it. So here's the video. And again, y'all have seen this video before, so it's not like this is something, I'm about to do some breathtaking, or this is about to be some breakthrough information that you're about to check out. But I figured this is cool. It's chill. It's a Friday night, and if you're watching, you ain't got nothing to do. But that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm gonna just let it ride, and man, y'all enjoy. Let's see if hopefully I can get this to work correctly, because I'm not the best at this. So y'all bear with me. Here we go.
Whew. Let me just get the door for you. Okay.
Move it up to the thing, and then we're just gonna make it do the thing what it's supposed to do when it do the thing. Hopefully they do it. Here we go.
Whew.
Y'all know
Let me
this
just
video.
get the door for you. Okay.
Hopefully y'all can hear it too.
He got.
Let me and while this is going, I'm tripping. Put on the headphones too, so that way we can all make sure that we're hearing everything the right way. Let's try it again. All right.
Whew.
There she is.
Let me just get the door for you. Okay.
Y'all hear that? Why isn't it? Like, I can hear me, but I don't hear it. What is this? Give me a second. Love when stuff is live. Oh, that's just that. What? Oh, that's crazy. Let's see. What am I not? I feel like there's something because I had this all working before, and now all of a sudden I'm not hearing anything. So let's see what I can do. What I can do to fix this. I feel like I turned something off or something. Is that what it is? Let's try it again. Oh, okay. Here we go.
Whew. Let me just get the door for you.
Okay.
So obviously, first of all, my bad, I didn't mean to do that. So obviously, first of all, we're starting off with the cheesecake. So this is the cheesecake video, right? Cheesecake lady video and all this good stuff. And this is someone else's video, so they're like gonna do commentary at the very end. And I'm gonna make sure I cut it out before we get to that point. But there's just so many things going on in this. And let me first start off by saying I understand that this is a skit. I was one of the first people who said I think this is a skit from jump, and I'll point out at the specific points where I feel like, yeah, obviously this is a damn skit. But the fact is that a lot of the stuff that's happening in this situation are like these are real things that happen. Only reason I say that is because I've experienced some of these things myself. But back when I was out in them streets, I'm just saying, like, I've experienced some of these things myself, so I know that. And I think that's why this was so what's the word? So salacious in that, you know, and because it felt so real because there were so many people who could actually relate to this situation. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it.
Whew. Let me just get the door for you.
Okay.
He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car. Yes.
Would you want me to open the door for you? Are you're recording me?
Yeah.
So let's start with that. Let's just, before we go any further, right there. So, ma'am, you, first of all, we're on a date. Are you trying to date the people that's in the video, or are you trying to date me? I'm trying to figure out what's going on right now, because you're giving more attention to these people than you're giving to the person who got you to wherever the hell we're going. So the fact that you need to provide commentary, again, I get that this is a skit, but I'm just saying, people have done this. People have done this, gone on dates and had their phone in their hand the entire time looking at themselves. Sometimes they're recording it, sometimes they're broadcasting. People are weird. So I'm just saying, why are you recording this? Who are you doing this for? What are you doing? Anyway, just let's go.
This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a
Okay, and comment and then speaking to me in third person is just is weird. It's like, narrating a situation as you're in the situation. I don't understand that. Why do people do that whole thing of, hey y'all, can y'all believe this person? Yeah, I can't believe you would do such and such. Yeah, can y'all believe he would do? Like, what are you doing? Like, you obviously feel like you can't be right in the space that you're in, the actual spatial space that you're in. So you're just like, all right, well, I need some place to be right, so I need to find my virtual space where I'm going to be right. So you pull out your phone. That to me is like screaming insecurity. So I don't know. I don't know what got you to this point, but I feel like it ain't the guy who got you to the Cheesecake Factory.
chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
You want to talk about it? I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
Now this is beyond. Nah, listen, this is going beyond the fact that you're obviously a bigger girl, and you're bigger than this man, and yet and still you're even as the bigger adult, literally, you are doing this petulant child shit. Like, what are you doing? Why are you trying to be like a kid? What do you, I can't get my way in a chain restaurant. How dare you? Like, the incredulity of people like this is beyond me. It's absolutely beyond me. How can you sit there and act like you were too good for you're too good to eat at the place that the man is taking you to, while at the same time demanding that the man take you someplace? Man, that's some choosy ass beggars, if you ask me. Choosy ass beggars.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
yes, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
So you expect a man to go all out on the first date? Is that right?
I mean, you're supposed to. Look at, when you take out a beautiful woman.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The attitude. What's the point of the attitude? What is the point of the attitude? Who are you doing? Who are you again? I get it. This is a skit, but who are you? I'm saying this not to this woman. I'm saying it to the cacophonous women that I've had that I've been on dates with in the past that I didn't say it to, that I wanted to or should have said it to, or the ones that I actually did say it to and they felt offended. What is this air that you're putting on? What is this? Somebody who looks like this? Don't. I mean, because as soon as you do something like that, it's like now all of a sudden you've pushed disrespect completely out of the window. Disrespect respect is completely out of the window, and disrespect is now the name of the game. And if that's the game we playing, trust. Two can play this game. So like if you think now is the time to start doing this shaming thing, shout out to Kevin Samuels, but if you feel like now is the time to start doing this shaming thing, ma'am, you might want to hold on to that L because they ain't stopping no time soon.
And you're courting her, because I get courted.
You don't get courted. You get taken places. You don't even know what courting means. And I can tell you don't know what courting means because this isn't what courting is. Carry on.
So you're courting her, right?
It's like, first of all, so you might, and I apologize because I'm stopping, but then again, this is Ask a Black Man. I was asked to do this. So if I am, I'm sorry. I just have this is just a quirk about your boy Seven. I truly dislike it when people use words that they obviously don't know the definition of, and so you're arguing. So then you as the person that they're using the words against, you think that they're operating in good faith. So now you think, okay, you know this word because you've used this word. So now when I start to respond to the word that you're using, you start acting as if the definition is different. And now I understand that we're not having the same conversation. And to me, that's really jacked up because communication shouldn't be that difficult. Like words, you should know the definition of words so that way you can communicate. That's what words are for. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not going to use them correctly, then I could just say kitchen towel blanket foam. Kitchen towel blanket foam. That obviously that means I love you. Like what? Why don't you get that? Kitchen towel blanket foam. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. That's how stupid it sounds when you say things where it's like you've made a word, you've said a word, made a statement about a thing, used the word in it. People think you know what the word means. But obviously, or here, it's obvious that she doesn't because look at how she's acting. And you'll see.
You're supposed to take care of her. You're supposed to cover her. You're supposed to protect her.
Why do you get all of this from Jump? What do I get from Jump? Like, I mean, I get it. Trust, I understand that's what you want because you would hope that at some point that, you know, if you know, God forbid something were to happen on our first date or at any point during the course of this courtship, something negative were to occur, of course you would want me to be there. But at the same time, what do I get? I'm doing all the giving. I gave you a ride. I gave you some food. I gave you a space to use me in your viral video. So what do I get exactly? Just out of what? Sorry, let me speak up for Jay. What does Jay get, Alicia? What does Jay get? Right now, it doesn't look like he's getting anything but a hard time, and not the kind he likes.
Cherish her, treat her well, right?
Yeah.
How am I going to cherish somebody I don't even know? I'm just getting to know you. We're dating. This is a date. We're not courting. I'm dating you. Dating and courting are two different, and that's the thing. Dating and courting are not the same thing. At least look up the definitions. Matter of fact, yeah, we're gonna have to do that towards the end of this.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I agree. I
At the
went
Cheesecake
into this
Factory?
date as I expect, with the expectations for myself to keep you safe, you know, to respect you, to pay for your food, of course, pick you up, of course, and just treat you like a gentleman, which I believe I.
You should treat her like a lady. You're the gentleman. But go ahead. I mean, if you want to treat her like a gentleman, I mean, she's acting quite masculine, so sure. Because at this point, she is trying to call the shots. So maybe you are treating her like a gentleman. Maybe that was a slick dig, and you realize that she doesn't know words well, so that you just got that in and wanted to see if she would pick that up. And she obviously didn't because she doesn't word well.
Have done.
I mean, you've been pretty
and then-
nice, but I mean,
And then
Cheesecake Factory.
Look at this. Look at this face. Who wants this? Who? Like when I see people acting like this and trying to act out, obviously, you know, they're doing it for a reason, doing it for an audience, and obviously she has a phone and all that stuff in her hand, so but at the same time, like when people have these airs and these attitudes and act this sort of way, I think of Ebony K. Williams. I'm sorry, but I just do because I think about people, I think about her and people like her, and I start wondering. I mean, in all honesty, who wants to come home to this face? Like, maybe they do, maybe y'all do, but I'm not saying her face in itself. I'm not saying like she's a not attractive woman. I'm not saying that. She's nice looking, but I'm saying as far as the attitude in it, who wants that? Who wants all this? This right here? Who? When you start doing all that, especially when you don't even know me and you give me attitude, ma'am, you've already let me know what this date is and isn't. And look at this. Look at this fake ass nice thing.
on the other hand, have certain expectations for a girl I go out with on the first
Probably expects her to weigh less than him.
date.
Be shorter than him, but he looks like he's about all of 5'8", maybe.
Expect her to be respectful too.
Maybe that's
I
maybe
expect her
more
to
like
be
5'6".
cooperative. And at least, you know,
What did I do that wasn't cooperative?
You didn't get out the car. That right there isn't cooperative. We're at a restaurant. You're not going to it. That's not cooperative. The fact that we're having this conversation right now, that's not cooperative. Like, what are you not picking up that I'm putting down right now?
well, I mean, like, even like when we were walking to the car, you wouldn't put your hand around my arm or anything like that, or hold my hand.
Notice that she's not even looking at him while he's talking to her. He's looking at her. She's not even looking at him. Again, there's no respect here. And if there's no respect here, then what are we doing? Seriously, what are we doing here? What are we talking about?
I mean, it's too early for that.
Okay,
I
yeah,
don't know
and
you.
I
yet.
can respect that. I can respect that.
And this is one of those points. So I've already pointed out one point. This is another one of those points where I was like, this has got to be a skit. because, well, you'll see. I'm gonna keep it going.
When I got to your apartment to pick you up, you didn't want to invite me in. I can respect that too. We're not
Again,
maybe
I don't
we're not
know
there
yet.
Okay.
I don't know yet.
And then, but
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. All right, so sorry. So like I said, this right here. And if nobody else picked up on this, then maybe I'm just one of those super sleuths. But if you did, then way to go, super sleuths. We're all in the same boat. But I figured, okay, you say I don't know you yet. You don't know me yet to put your arm around mine and walk with me to my vehicle where I'm going to take you someplace, right? So I couldn't come into your place because you don't know me yet. Granted. However, space, now you're in my car. How do you know I don't have somebody in the back seat ready to chloroform the hell out of you and be like, hey, does this smell like chloroform? You know what I'm saying? How do you know that's not going to happen? You talking about like if we're really talking about safety, if you're really, that's what I'm saying. If you're really concerned about your safety, then why not be concerned about it through the entirety of our interaction? Since that's what you're hanging your hat on. I couldn't come in because you didn't trust me. You don't know me yet. You can't walk with me with your arm around me because you don't know me yet. Okay, granted. Then why the fuck are you in my car? Why are you in my car? Just curious. Because you don't know me. I'm driving you all around town. Hell, I could mess around and you don't know what could happen. I won't even get into it, but you don't know what could happen. I could be trafficking the hell out of you right now, and it could go real bad real fast. And meanwhile, you're saying, hey, you can't. That's what I'm saying. So I can't come to your place where you probably know where all the weapons are, everything is inside of your own home. And I'm not saying it like, every woman is like that, because obviously dudes are bigger, strong, and all that stuff. And if we decide to make it go down, sometimes it can go there. But I'm just saying, if you really felt that way about this guy, who again is much smaller than you, if you really felt that way, then why not feel that way through the entirety of the interaction? That's all I'm saying. So that's why I'm like, this got to be fucking skit. It's got to be. Anyway.
I mean, I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do as a woman.
No, you're not, because all you did was show up. You've got a dress on that's a little too tight, ma'am. You got all this skin out, and now you're acting incredulous as if you're entitled to something because a woman who looks like an attractive woman. Listen, attractive women are everywhere, but respect isn't. So I would go for respect over attraction all day, especially at this age, because yeah. There were times when I would go for the cute thing or whatever, and there was no respect the whole time. But I'm like, yeah, but that she act like that, you know what I'm saying? But when you get beyond that, she cool though. Who has time to explain their relationships to their friends and family? Like, who wants that? Who really wants that? Anyway, I'm getting off the reservation. Let's go back into it. But no, you haven't done the things, ma'am. You have not.
But
I got myself all made
There's
up.
nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory, right?
Yes, there's a lot wrong with the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, well look at my planner where we were gonna go originally.
See, now that's where we should have went. All right.
Again, you're narrating. You are. And then you got the nerve to be like, yeah, well, you should have took me to this other place. Ma'am, again, if... Okay, all right.
Right there. Call him.
No.
What do you mean no?
And then you're gonna tell me, you're trying to dictate how my activity's about to go? And what respect... Let me stop. Let me just ask this question. And so maybe I'm a little old fashioned. Maybe I'm late to the game, and I've been married too long to know how it is out in these streets for real. But would a woman even, a woman who is telling a man what to do all the time and has him basically wrapped around the finger or whatever, and he agrees with that, you know, whatever you do, he says, and all that stuff. How do you really respect that man? I mean, like, really, do you really respect a man that's like never giving in, never, you know, never pushing back, I should say. He's always giving in to whatever you say, whatever your whims and desires are. He always does any and everything. Like, you just, whatever. You respect a man who gives you and does whatever you want for you? Because to me, that sounds like an idiot. I'm just saying. Because what if you ask for the moon? And he's like, well, I guess I got to try to get you the moon, huh? Like, you want one of those kind of dudes? Because like, the reason I'm asking this is because I recently heard about this story. There was a young lady, well, middle-aged woman who was married for a while. Her husband was wrapped around her finger for forever, did any and everything she wanted for the longest, but she got tired of him being wrapped around her finger all the time, and she thought he was a simp and he was weak and she could do better and all this stuff. After they had 2 kids and all this stuff, been married for about 10 years. Now, she decides to divorce the man. The man is heartbroken, distraught, ruined. Then picks himself up. 10 years later, he gets remarried. He's good. He's out in them streets. Now I think she's 41 now, because this story recently came out. So she's 41 now. She's never remarried. He's remarried, and she's pissed. He found somebody who respects him and who's aligning with his program, who will go along with what he's got to say, or at least they work together. So I won't even make it try to seem like he's calling all the shots. Maybe he's not, but at least they're working more so together than he and the previous wife were. And that's what, at the end of the day, that's what I think all guys want. We just want respect. We want to have some cooperation, and well, of course we need the loving, but we absolutely need the respect and cooperation. Like, we can't even operate together if we don't cooperate. You get that? Like, if everything has to go your way, then go your way. Go. go your way. If everything has to go your way, then go your way. You need to be right. You always have to be right. Then be right by yourself. Do whatever you need to do, but don't bring all that craziness over here knowing that this is a team effort and you all about me. Go on somewhere with that. Stupid.
See, I specifically told you both yesterday and this morning that I'd come to pick you up at 4 p.m. Right? And I got you.
And she's making all these looks she's giving her face to the camera. She's doing all that and not even facing this man. I remember I went on a date with a young lady once, and for I'd say about 60-70% of the video, 60-70% of the date is we just went to like Applebee's or something like that. But 60-70% of that time, she was looking out the window or at herself. And I was like, what? Oh, okay, this is crazy. And it was like the whole time, so let's just say the camera is the other person. So the whole time she's like, yeah. And so she's talking to me, and she's talking like, yeah, and I'm just somebody who is like, and I just want to, I'm thinking, my eyes are right here. Who the fuck is over there? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just, people are weird. People are weird in their interactions. And this lady, again, I know it's a skit, but even before people knew it was a skit, I was just like, this has got to be a skit, because ain't nobody just acting like this. And there's another point I'm about to point out too, that really to me solidified it for me. Go ahead.
Your place at 4 p.m. You didn't even come downstairs for another hour, and so I was waiting downstairs for an hour. Right?
But I wasn't expecting for work to take me so long.
You working on the weekend? Like, when is this? I wouldn't imagine this is during the week. So what do you do that? And then looking at the sun, like what time? Okay, now granted this is before daylight savings time, but this, he said 4, so this is late in the afternoon. The sun is still up. What day of the week is this, or what day of the week do you all think this is that, you know, this woman is saying she still had to work? Or what sort of job do you think she had? Again, I know it's a skit, but For the sake of the skit, what do you think the job was?
I got home a little late, and like I said, I don't know you well enough to invite you up into my apartment. And that is not
Real quick, ladies, when you got this right here going on, yeah, it's not doing what you think it's doing when you're around the guys. I'm just saying.
possible.
And that's why I'm thinking, okay, if we're not there in the relationship to, meet at your apartment, then maybe we're not ready in a relationship for such a nice, fancy restaurant as Aria. Especially if I'm paying for the whole thing.
Exactly. You don't get to dictate where this man's money is going, because if you get to, okay, again, I talk about cooperation, but I've spoken about cooperation, but that's because it's so important to having a relationship. It's imperative to have cooperation in a relationship, in any sort of relationship, for real. Working, sports, man, women, whatever, interactive those, all of that stuff needs cooperation if you want to get along or work with the person that you're doing the thing with. Otherwise, it's a dictatorship or authoritative sort of setup. And if that's the case, then go find somebody who's willing to be your underling. This guy obviously isn't that dude. And real quick, I've played on teams, right? I've bled and been to war with tons of guys. I used to played football for about 20 years. Semi-pro, college, and high school, all that stuff. So, and it was, and even a little indoor league. And it was like to this day, like there are guys who I could call up right now. I could pull them up on my phone right now, and they would, there is no point at any time that you would find me talking crap about the team that I'm on to the team that I'm against. See what I'm saying? Like, if you're on this team with this guy, if you're on the team with this guy, and you're sitting there talking to us, we're basically the opposition, about the guy that you're on the team with, then that lets me know that you don't even want to be on the team with him. And so I'm all that to say, none of my guys would. I would never do that to any of my guys, and I'm pretty sure none of those guys would do that to me. I mean, let's just say we're having practice or something like that. Everybody, I'm the only one that's good for, let's just say that. I'm the only one that's good in practice. Everybody else is messing up. And then game time comes. I'm just going to tell everybody on the other team, oh, these dudes suck, man. That's basically what this lady is doing. Who wants that? Who wants to come home to that as a man or as any person in a relationship? Who wants to come home to somebody who's acting like they don't want to be on your team? They say they do. Actions are speaking hella different. And all of a sudden, they sitting there and acting incredulous, like when you kick them off the team. Like when you was acting like you didn't want to be on it in the first place. What are you talking about? Oh, I'm sorry. I got way off the reservation, but I feel like it needed to be said.
Which I'm still willing to do. I would have been. Okay. But if we're late, I told you twice.
Late. It wasn't that late.
We literally left.
An hour late, man. You're a whole hour. Come to a job interview an hour late. Do it. Let me know how successful you'll be.
Your place at the time the reservation was supposed to be. And I specifically said 4 because maybe we could get there early and even have some time to get to know each other on the way there and while we're in the parking lot. Waiting for a reservation.
We can still get to know each other. Isn't there another restaurant you can call that?
But see, that you don't want to get to know each other. You want to eat. That's it. You don't want to get to know each other. You want to be seen and you want to eat. That's basically what this is coming down to. That's all I can see from it, for real. Again, outside of the realm of this being a skit.
The equivalent to that.
I
you don't understand. Look at me. I cannot go in the Cheesecake Factory.
There's nothing.
Look at you. You're a big girl in a tight dress, trying to look above your weight class. That's what I see. I mean, I might, my boys would tell me I'm always, very particular, very, the Seven's real weird when he be looking at folks and all that stuff. I'm just saying, you, I like, okay, so there's a song. I hate this. I'm sorry, and I apologize to keep jumping in, but this is just how and this is why I don't do too many reaction videos. But there's a song, like, I can't remember who sings the song, some white kid, white group or something like that. They say it's something like, you're beautiful, or what makes you beautiful is that you don't know you're beautiful. Like, and I get it, that's kind of corny, but at the same time, it's not, because like, guys like a beautiful woman. We love a beautiful woman. We love an attractive woman, but we don't love a woman who knows she's fine. And I don't mean like she knows, because you want to know that you're fucking beautiful. We want you to know that. But we also don't want you to know it to the extent where you live off of it. That's your paycheck. That's your money. That's your money maker. And it's not like, and even if it's your money maker, you shaking that money maker for everybody. So it's not like the beauty is for us, it's for the world. So it's not like we're even part of that equation when it comes to what your beauty is, does, and all that stuff. You're doing it for everybody. And so we're not included in that. You know what I'm saying? So it just sounds like you're full of yourself. all that to say, you're full of your fucking self. And if you're full of yourself, be full of yourself. But don't bring in that fullness over here, big girl. I'm just saying. All right.
I will die.
You'll die.
That's embarrassing.
You'll die of starvation before you die of embarrassment.
I have very specific certain expectations.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about start. Let me stop.
I can tell.
I mean, like, come on, man. That's too much. That's just too much. What are you trying to do? Again, and you're not doing it for him. You couldn't be. You didn't even hold a man's arm. You weren't trying to be seen by him. You were trying to be seen, but just not by him. That's what that comes down to.
It's not gonna be there. And maybe we're not right for each other. So respectfully, I'm gonna just drop you off at home.
Oh no, he didn't.
Yeah, I'm up.
So, and this is all right.
You just want to call it a night?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
Isn't there some kind of compromise or something?
The compromise was Applebee's. That was the compromise. And you just said, screw your compromise. I want that new. That's what you basically said. And if that's what you want, then go get it. I'm gonna take you back home so you can go get your car and you can take yourself to wherever restaurant you want to in the safety of your own vehicle. Cause you feel so unsafe. We got to make sure you're safe, ma'am. We got to. But honestly, this is the part. This is the part right here, honestly, that made me feel like, okay, this got to be a skit. Because any sister I've known, any date I've been on, where I've had to correct a sister, especially if it was early in the date, and I don't get in the habit of that, and I wasn't in the habit of that, again, I'm married, but I wasn't in the habit of that, so it's not like that was an all-the-time occurrence. But when it did take place, because it did, there was no what do I want to say? Consolation or any sort of point where the woman decided, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Like what this woman is doing, that's what made me feel like, okay, you're acting. This has got to be an act, because most sisters I know double down. Like, you think you too? Oh, okay. But you didn't. I can get out right now. I can get out this car right now. I ain't even. That's usually what I've run into. Now, I'm not saying that. Obviously, I haven't dated the world. I don't know everybody, but I'm just saying most of the sisters that I've run into, as a matter of fact, just most of the sisters that I've run this scenario by, they have also said they would act the same way. So I'm just saying that's what made me feel like, okay, this right here gotta be fake, gotta be. Anyway, let's go on.
Ladies, can you believe this?
Yes.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Sorry, I'm not a lady, but yes, I can believe it.
But
the parking space.
If I don't feel respected,
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
This part right here. And notice my man's double moonroof. So she obviously loves riding in the lap of a little bit more luxurious than what she got if you've seen her videos. So I'm just saying. At least her character. Her character is enjoying the fullness of both sets of moonroofs in his vehicle versus the single one in hers.
Go through
I
with
mean,
the rest
come
of the day.
on.
But yeah, this part right here, I'm just like, nah.
I mean, you are serious. You really leaving?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you didn't want this place anyway, right?
I mean, I understand that I was late. I understand that. I understand that I could have been a bit more cooperative. You made some good points. That's why I'm willing to compromise. Are you sure you want to go?
You're willing to compromise. You're not willing to compromise. You don't want to be wrong. That's different than compromise. Compromise says, oh, okay, Cheesecake Factory. Cool. All right. Figure we go someplace else, but all right, maybe next time. That's compromise. What you're doing is being a brat. You're being an absolute brat. Big old brat.
I don't have a lot of rules. I don't have a lot of expectations for a first date, but I've already set them. And
Yes.
You've broken every one.
Oh
So,
my God.
Let's go, Jay.
sorry.
Let's go.
We're dropping you off.
All right, whatever. Well, I mean, I guess I understand. You got to do what you got to do.
And see, like that. So for me, and that's basically it. But so for me, it's like that. That's where it comes to. That's what it comes to when we get, you know what I'm saying, you get those really bad dates and stuff like that, and people who are acting incredulous and feel like they're entitled and all. You're freaking exhausting. You are exhausting. People who act like that, you are well, I'll say like this, for us regular guys, for us, and it's a lot more regular guys than it is the high whatever people that you're looking for, however you figure the value goes. But for a lot of us regular guys, you're fucking exhausting. You're absolutely exhausting. I'm sorry, I don't even mean to swear so much, but God, you're the worst. You are the absolute worst. So it's for people like that. I understand why your boy KS would always come through with the perfect phrase. Oh, start it over. You gotta say it right. You gotta do it right.
Buy a dog, die alone.
Shout out to the king. Shout out to the Godfather. Seriously. But anyway, so those are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts on the whole Cheesecake Factory incident situation, the lady and her incredulity, Jay holding his own but not really speak. I don't know. I feel like Jay could have spoken up and said a little bit more, but he held frame pretty well, and I think he held his own in that he let her know where he did and didn't stand. So let me know what you guys think of this format, and what else have you got that you want to ask about, ask your boy Seven about. Make sure you send it to me send your questions to me at ShowTheBLACKMAN@gmail.com. And, you know, if you got any questions or anything like that. So with that said, this is your boy Seven. Hope you guys are safe and being good to each other. Love y'all. Peace. And I'm out.